Building a $10,000 savings balance from absolute zero? Yeah, that can feel completely overwhelming. It's a massive milestone. But today, we're diving into a highly structured visual blueprint that reveals exactly how everyday Americans are successfully hitting this target. In this explainer, we're going to unpack the mechanics of this journey, and I think you'll discover that it's actually much more attainable than it initially seems.
Just imagine opening your savings account on your phone and seeing a crisp $10,000 sitting right there. Sounds impossible, right? Seeing a massive five-figure number can feel like an unscalable mountain, especially if you feel like you're starting entirely from scratch. It's so easy to assume the only people pulling this off are winning the lottery or suddenly landing massive corporate promotions. But the truth is, thousands of people achieve this exact milestone every single year just by shifting their behavior and following a smart, structured plan.
To get there, we're going to break this journey down into 5 actionable phases. First, setting your $10,000 goal. Second, mastering your cash flow. Third, building a financial system. Fourth, protecting your financial progress. And finally, the power of consistency.
So let's jump right into phase 1, setting your 10,000 goal using what we call the micro-math mindset.
Vague goals like I want to save money, they almost always get vague results. Without a specific anchor, our motivation naturally drifts. But when you lock in on saving exactly $10,000 in the next 12 months, well, the math takes over. That massive peak breaks down to about $833 a month. And if that still sounds a bit steep, let's take it one step further. When you divide it by the days in a month, it becomes a micro goal of just $28 per day. Suddenly, $28 is your new daily mission. It takes this abstract, terrifying financial mountain and shrinks it down into a highly manageable, bite-sized daily target that literally anyone can wrap their head around.
And there is some absolutely fascinating psychology behind this breakdown. When you have a clear, hyper-specific goal, it actually trains your brain to find solutions naturally. By shrinking the target to $28 a day, a profound mental shift happens. The panic and paralysis of that giant $10,000 finish line, it completely disappears. Instead, your brain naturally starts hunting for realistic everyday ways to carve out that cash. You start seeing $28 everywhere, in your morning routine, in your lunch choices, in unused items just sitting in your closet. It effectively activates the problem-solving part of your mind instead of the stress-inducing part.
Moving on to phase 2, mastering your cash flow, which is all about earning more and spending less.
The very first step here, ruthlessly cutting the fluff. I mean, do you really need 5 streaming subscriptions just to watch the same sitcom over and over again? By questioning your daily habits, like intentionally making coffee at home, packing a lunch, or just skipping the drive-thru, you can easily carve out that daily $20. Sure, it might feel like a minor sacrifice in the moment, but the mathematics of compounding are undeniable. Those small daily choices don't just disappear into thin air, they stack up to thousands of dollars retained over a single year.
But hey, let's be honest, saving alone isn't always enough to reach the finish line. So we have to look at the other side of the coin, earning more. Bringing in an extra $300 to $500 a month can rapidly accelerate your timeline. Whether it's freelancing online, food delivery, pet sitting, selling used items on eBay or Facebook Marketplace, or even diving into YouTube content creation, the gig economy makes it incredibly viable to pull in extra cash. You can find a hustle that perfectly fits your schedule, letting you aggressively attack that $28 daily goal from both the saving and the earning sides simultaneously.
All right, phase 3, building a financial system, or as I like to call it, automate and accumulate.
The most successful savers actually operate completely invisibly behind the scenes. It's all about taking human willpower completely out of the equation. The exact moment payday hits your checking account, an auto transfer should immediately trigger. Your savings grow completely unseen. By moving the money automatically the very second it lands, you remove the temptation to spend it entirely. Out of sight, out of mind. Behavioral economists call this pre-commitment. You're basically making the decision to save when you're in a logical, future-focused state of mind. That way, when the weekend rolls around and you're feeling a bit impulsive, the money is already safely tucked away.
But where exactly should that automated money go? Well, you absolutely have to let your money work for you in a high-yield savings account. Instead of letting your hard-earned cash sit in a traditional checking account, slowly losing its purchasing power to inflation, a high-yield account grows your money passively. It keeps your funds completely accessible for life's real emergencies, but it ensures that your balance is always compounding. When your account is generating its own interest, every extra dollar is doing a share of the heavy lifting for you, which means you actually have to save slightly less to reach your $10,000 target.
Which brings us to phase 4, protecting your financial progress by eliminating negative friction.
This is a super crucial balancing act when you're building wealth. On one hand, you have expensive debt, like high-interest credit cards, which is money actively working against you, bleeding your cash flow dry month after month. On the other hand, you have high-yield interest, which is your money working for you. You absolutely must prioritize paying off that expensive debt first. It acts like a massive anchor dragging behind a speedboat. The less money you lose to that negative friction, the more money you get to keep in your own pocket. Eliminating debt is the fastest way to instantly free up hundreds of dollars to direct right back toward your actual savings goals.
And finally, we arrive at Phase 5, the power of consistency. Keep moving forward.
Here's probably the single most important takeaway from this entire explainer. Saving money isn't about being perfect, it's about staying consistent. Look, life happens to all of us. A car breaks down, a medical bill pops up, or maybe you simply overspend on a much-needed weekend trip. In behavioral psychology, they actually call this the what the hell effect, where people break a streak, get discouraged, and completely abandon their goal. If you stumble and miss a month, the absolute key is to not quit. Forgive yourself, reset your automated system, and just keep stepping forward. Perfect execution is a myth, but relentless consistency, that guarantees results.
Ultimately, every dollar saved brings you one step closer to financial freedom. When you're in the weeds, trying to scrape together that daily $28 from a side hustle or a skipped coffee, it can sometimes feel pretty insignificant. It's really easy to lose the forest for the trees, but you have to remember the big picture. Every single dollar set aside is a tangible victory on the path to lasting security. It's not just about a number in a banking app. It's about buying yourself peace of mind, options, and real resilience against whatever life throws at you.
So I want to leave you with a final thought to really reflect on. What is actually stopping you from taking your very first $28 step today? The future version of yourself will deeply thank you for the smart, automated habits you start right now. Think about it. You now have the math to break it down, you have the automated system to make it invisible, and you have the blueprint to navigate the inevitable setbacks. The path is incredibly clear. So how will you begin your climb